Hi, this is Lucy. This is a different video. I'm not posting things I've purchased, but I'm posting my craft area. To the left is my living room. It just has two sofas and the TV. Then my printer, that bookshelf is all Maggie Holmes. It's packed. My recent Maggie Holmes doesn't even fit in there. And then this is a three-piece unit. This one, the middle, and this one. And I got it for my anniversary a long time ago from a consignment shop, and I absolutely love it. It holds a lot of things. This is usually where people have a dining room. See, there's the dining room light, but we have it way up there. But I needed the space for this, not for dining. Because my home is older, it's from 1997. It has this living room area, but it also has a family room attached to the kitchen. So in that, we don't use it as a family room, we just use it as a humongous kitchen. Anyway, that's kind of like an overview. But this is where I sit. This is a table right in the middle there, an old table. And it doesn't have a leaf. I'm gonna put the leaf in it as soon as I find it, but I don't know where the leaf is. I know we brought it from Texas with us. I saw it, but then I saw it in our closet, and then I haven't seen it since. And this is a actual craft sewing table, but we don't have it extended. I just am using the ledge part. But so I do scrapbooking mostly on this side. I want to show you. It's kind of crowded right now, but I usually sit here, and this usually is clear. And then on this side, this is also a crafting area. Right there in the middle is usually empty. But it's packed right now because I've had a housekeeper coming in like twice a month to help me out with the housekeeping. And I sort of like piled all my stuff here so that nothing's on the floor and she could clean around it. But she hasn't been able to clean any of this stuff because it's just too crowded. Okay, so there's my unit. And also over here is another unit. And this I got on Marketplace when I lived near Dallas. And the lady's husband made it. And it was in her garage for a long time, so she decided to sell it. I think I paid like $25 for it. The minute I saw it, I'm like, oh, all my crafty goodie stuff, my paints and gels and all that stuff can fit on there. So I grabbed it, and on the top I've got some ribbons. And I don't have too much on top. I have those boxes, then I have a portrait, and then I have this spelling out family. But I also have over here, so you can see, get a realistic view. That is my December daily craft cart, okay? I want to get one that's red, and I want it to have 3 shelves instead of just the 2. But this is big, and I need it to be big to fit stuff. It can't be a small cart, okay, because I have too much stuff on it. But I do want to get a red one, maybe a nice big one like from Craftsman or something nice. And then I have that row there of, drawers. So that's it. That's my room. My craft area. And then down there, I've got buckets of, I'll get closer, some craft paper. Like, I know both of these are baby boy and baby girl. They're mixed together. And then I forget what the ones are that are in there. But there's 2 in there, and they hold 12 by 12 paper. I was running out of space. Like, what do I do with all my 12 by 12 paper? But here, let me give you a more close-up view of this. This is what I have. It looks really pretty. If anybody wants to know my wall color, it's called KILM, I think. And ooh, I forgot who the maker is of it. Killam Beige. But I love it. So here's all my goodies. I just put the little jars in here, kind of keep it organized like and like. I've got glitters in here. little beads in here. What else do I have? Those are all glitter canisters. That's glitter too. Why do I use glitter? How do I use glitter? I can use it on albums around the edges to make it glittery. That's what I can use it for. And then inks, those 3 stamps. The little houses have stamps on the bottom. More spray paints. And then on the bottom it holds Christmas boxes. And this one right here, that little round one on the top goes in there. And that big one is empty. And then that back one that looks like a little suitcase, I just got it. It holds my more ribbons for my December daily cart. See, there you go. And so let me bring you back over here. This is just to show you what I'm working on, okay? I'm working on organizing this. If you would have seen this 2 weeks ago, it was awful. Like I had so much stuff, there was not even that much clear space. It was all piles on top of piles. And I had to unearth stuff just to get to where I'm at now. So I've worked on it for 2 weeks and this is where I'm at. But those right there are my 2024 December dailies that I need to work on. And the 2025 ones are right there. So, it's just lots of stuff that I've got in here, like that I use. The cleaner, for my scrap pads, miscellaneous stuff, threads. This was packed. I've taken off, I think 2 or 3 of these bottles from here. The one that was there is gone. I had 2 here and then I had this down there. So I'm barely unearthing this and finding out like what I have here. And these are packed too. These I no longer need. These are all kits from a very long time ago, like 2015 or so. And I don't know what to do with them. If you have any suggestions, they're real pretty. They have rounded corners. I don't use rounded corners anymore. See? I might give some to my niece. She's 13. See, these are very pretty. Again, all these are rounded corners. Here's another one. Rounded corners. All of these, they're beautiful, but they're rounded corners. I don't use rounded corners. Here's another one. The Miss Me kit. All rounded corners. So this is what kind of got in here. These are all just blank notebooks. And then these are, I don't even know what's in there. So I won't pretend to know. And these are some specialty ribbons that are in purple. I've kept them here because I am going to use them. I have a project to do in purple. So there it is. It's not very, very organized. These are Christmas 6x6. These are photos, just things that, the ink to my printer, things I still want, but they could be more organized. I have all the Project Life. These are all Project Life kits. And they're these that are this size. And I still want them. I absolutely love them. Oh, look, I can push them way back. I have them forward. So I could, see, glad I'm doing this video. I could push these back. Maybe they'll look less crowded. These are my new ones. I put them up here. You all saw me do videos of them. These are all the albums that I've made for Halloween, that I've worked on and have made. If you guys wonder what I do, there they are. Still have to decorate the front of that one. But that's what this is. And in the back of all these, let me show you. On the back, I've got like beads and stuff back there. So I need to go to that too, through that too. What am I going to actually use and what can I part with? There's more beads. All of the back is beads there. So what can I part with? I've got my ribbon everywhere. Look, there's gray ribbon, there's yellows, just for lack of place to put them. You know, I have I have a rule about photos in my house. I only have photos of people that are deceased. Otherwise, my walls would be filled with photos because I have like 7 grandkids. So that's my dad's school picture from when he was in kindergarten. These I've gotten new from scrapbook.com. They're the boxes, to sort. These are new ones that I've shown you. These are new. That's new. These are those golden books. These are the readers I used when I first learned to read when I was in 1st grade. The Bible stories. My dad got me these Bible stories, not these exact same ones, but this is a duplicate to it. But I found these. My husband found them at an auction, so he bought them for me because he knew how much I loved them. I first learned to read with those when I was in like 1st grade. By 3rd grade, I was already reading junior high level. By junior high, I was already reading college level. So my reading comprehension is very, very high. I was always pulled out on my reading classes and put in a special reading class because of it. Let's see, what else do I have? This is miscellaneous stuff. This is kind of like Easter that I never put away, and voila, we're almost on Easter again, so there it is. And this was full of jars all the way across, but you could see I put all this here because I was able to eliminate a lot of the jars and put stuff away where it went instead of out in jars. It looks pretty out in jars, but it takes up space. Oh, there's an exception. She's my niece. That's her kindergarten picture. So here's my October Daily albums. They're all right there. Sorry, I'm struggling with allergies today. And I have an appointment to schedule with an ENT because my breathing is not good. But there's nothing wrong. I don't have like allergies and I don't have the flu or the cold. It's just harder for me to breathe all of a sudden. Maybe it is part of allergies. I don't know. But anyway, these are some albums that I've made. They're all right there. You can see one that I haven't finished. All those on the top too. Albums that I've made. And so that's basically what's up here. My drawers here, they're very long. I love this because it has drawers all the way. They're very, very long. And what I did is I put dividers in here, paper. They're like, paper dividers. And I had them all by color. And then I got a big shipment in. And so I just threw them in here. But I usually have them divided by color. And I need to go in there and organize it. So all these are flowers, mostly from Prima. And then the next drawer are, what are the next drawer? They are sequins. Sequins and these decorative things. A little tiny pile right there of glitter. And then wood veneer. And we have some of them that are empty. See them? They're just wrapped. So that's what's here. These are pumpkins. The beads in there. And then there's another one. I didn't put dividers in that one. And then this last one does come with dividers. And this is mostly Prima, like frames. And so is that last one over there. They're frames. And then the middle one has photos and miscellaneous big ribbons. So it's in that one. And then this, like I said, is all Maggie Holmes, all the way down. And it has a drawer on the bottom. And all those are Maggie Holmes 12 by 12. I have all of her collections from when she first started with her first collection, Maggie Holmes. And then the bottom is all packed, that drawer. So all of her stuff does not fit on here. I have too much. I have a lot of stuff. So I just collect it, right? And then here's another view of my desk and everything that I have on it. And then over here a little bit. And my actual craft room is in there. So that's my craft room. And this is, I call this my craft area because I don't actually craft in there. It's just storage for a lot of stuff. And there's one desk in the middle. But you've already seen that. I've shown you pictures of that before. But what I wanted to show you a picture of is this. So you know what it looks like before. So I'm going to be working on it, getting it down. Because I have 3 areas here that I could use, right? Like I was wanting to use this for my, this is going to be for my Big Shot and my big die cutting machine. I want to put them there for die cutting. And then I want to put the die cutting, you know, those plastic things that go through. I want to put them in there, in that drawer. So I practically cleaned this drawer out already. It had washi, but I bought those washi holders and I pulled most of it out of here. And so this is going to be perfect for that. And then I want this to be like another station for something else. And then I want this to be another station for something else because it's wasted. This is desk space that is totally wasted. There's lights on the bottom, so it doesn't have to be so dark. It lights up all at the bottom. You can see the cord is right here. It runs all the way through and it plugs in over here on this side. Here's another, let me give you another view of my desk. Here we go. So it has this cart. Actually, it has 2 carts that are usually here with all my tools. I want to try and put my tools in here. Like if I had 1 and 2 of these at least available, or maybe all 3 and just have it for tools, then I wouldn't have to have these carts with my tools in it. But this is a good place to start, right? To start getting organized. It's good to have it like this. And so there is my, you know, paper holder kind of. And then we've got inks back there, pencils. I mean, I don't have all my stuff on here, right? Daubers. My desk right now. The Christmas stuff is here. The rest of the stuff, this is Christmas. And so is this. So are those. That's Christmas stuff. I was working on December daily. And then all that is stuff that I have to put away right there. So I start accumulating too much. I also need like a big station, or I was thinking of buying like a basket, a real pretty decorative basket. And everything that I get new that I haven't put away, just put it in the basket so that you can't see the clutter and it doesn't look so bad. And maybe I'll put it in my living room somewhere. So I keep a waste paper basket there. Also a good place to hold my cutter. It's underneath that. And that's basically it. There you see it. My desk, that's where I usually sit. But I really want to take a lot of that stuff and just organize it. I may not be able to, I wanted to have my albums like that. I really like to see them. But I have more albums. Let me show you this real quick. Don't get dizzy. I am going to go all the way around again here where you see the dolls. There are some albums in the back of those dolls that I want to pull them out so that could just be dolls. So I have albums you see on the bottom row there too. So those albums need to come out and on this shelf. And I have a few albums on that curio cabinet over there that need to come out. So I want to have them all in one space. So anyway, just an overview. I may be winded because of the blood pressure medication that I take. It's also a diuretic. So it makes me very thirsty and dry-mouthed. So that may be why. Here I am at desk level. I just sat down. Let me show you again. Really, I should show you this because this is what I have to clean. Oh, embossing. I want one area to be embossing. That middle tiny area to be embossing. And then over here, I was thinking maybe I could put a laptop and my calendar, and it could be like my planning area. I mean, it does have, I don't have room to put like separate chairs or anything in here for it. I'd have to move my chair that way. But I could make this like my calendar planning area. I could do that. You know, any ideas that you guys might have, shoot them my way. In these drawers, the two top ones, this drawer and that drawer has like miscellaneous